All right, good evening, guys. This is Ken. This is the monthly call for September for Team Catherine, or parts of Team Catherine. We have Rod and Patrick here. James may be able to join us if we can sort out his microphone challenges. We're going to go ahead and start with Rod first. Do you have a file? Did you say you have a file for me to open or not?
No, I didn't, Ken.
Okay. Well, what I want you to do then is just follow the same general sequence we did last time, and that is tasks you accomplished this month based on your goals from last month, things you've been working on, any lessons learned or golden nuggets from your learning journal, and focus tasks for the week or for the month ahead. So just go ahead and jump in.
Okay. All in all, it was, and August was a good month for me. I still haven't made any progress on the sale of my condo, but trading-wise, I think at the last call I mentioned that I was looking at futures and looking to offset the condo risk that I have trading oil futures, and that went well. I didn't actually have much of a system. I just started selling futures, and as long as the market let me do it, I continued to do so. But unfortunately, I rode the trend all the way down, but it got to be that I was almost 24/7 watching the screen, or 24/6 watching the screen, and I burnt myself out. So yeah, I think it was we had 2 inside days right at the bottom, and I think it was Thursday morning at 2 o'clock. I dumped my whole position, and then that was it for me. I ran out of gas. So I've been pretty much in neutral since then. And that's about it. I didn't really, unfortunately, I wasn't able to accomplish anything this month. I think by and large I'm suffering from a lack of focus, and that's due to this condo thing just weighing on me, and it feels like the pack's getting heavier day after day, and it's just I feel like I can't even make good on the minimum requirements. So I don't know that I can continue. I objectively don't see that I can continue because I can't give my full attention to it and everything else that I have going on. So that's basically where I'm at, which is a little disappointing, but on the other hand, to me it's okay because I haven't really been trading that much, so I could just minus the oil thing, park to the sidelines and figure one thing out first and then move on from there.
Well, here's what I would say is that the monthly calls are for you, and if you would find it helpful, to discuss other goal setting exercises, there's certainly no problem with doing that. You can be thinking about swing trading or figuring out how to integrate trading into the other projects you have. Goal setting is goal setting, and and staying focused doesn't mean only on trading. So I'm certainly open to monthly calls with you as you work through the things that you want to work through. I got no problem with that. I'm speaking for the other guys up here, but they feel the same way. We all go through periods when we get different things in our attention span, in our sight picture, we would call it. So, part of trading is knowing when and when not to trade, and so goal setting can be part of that. So, I'm open to continuing to do work with you on this. Um,
I'd still like to
for
be
me to
part
be
of the
helpful.
community.
Yeah, for me to be helpful, you're gonna have to sort through goals and at least get some notes down to start. Do it to it, not so that it's oppressive, but the power of written goals, even if it's half a sheet of things you intend to work on and that you're going to commit to, may be a way to help you manage some of that time focus. Your time
Yeah,
allocation.
yeah,
So I'd like to, I want to keep the offer open to do that because I think it's good to have you in the community. We would miss you if you were gone, and this is kind of painless.
yeah, yeah.
So, so I'd like you to give some thought to that, and then see what kind of expand this goal setting out to outside of trading to the things that you want to work on, and commit to those, and then you can talk about those with us, and that may help you with the discipline of staying focused on what you want to attend to.
I think that's the key to me. Key for me is that I've noticed that my focus is lacking, and there's so many distractions for me. And the key that I need to get back to is finding my rhythm again, and a lot of that comes down to just getting a good routine that I had before I ventured out on this trying to sell my place and move on with life.
Yeah.
I really got knocked off my game. Uh, so even just simple things like running, which I'm starting to get back into, and then my yoga practice is completely imploded. So that's something I want to get back into, just a steady routine. If I could get those two things going, and then I could start thinking about trading again, but with a greater set of boundaries that. And also the one thing I also realized is that I think I entered into a kind of dangerous zone where I was asking my trading business, the way I trade, to bail my living arrangements out, and that's a dangerous way of thinking, I think, because the two aren't related at all. Like, uh, I found myself a couple of weeks ago saying, Rod, the market doesn't care about your situation. So, but the reverse of that was that I was trying to make the market care for me. So uh, that's a dangerous thing also, which also gave me good reason to head to the sidelines. So
Yeah.
I think in the coming weeks, that would be my focus, just finding a good routine, getting my rhythm back. For me, it's hard because I'll be up 6 nights in a row, and then I'll be trying to get back to the land of the living and
Yeah.
those sorts of things. So,
Well, what I would suggest is,
be my focus.
that goal setting sheet, that little daily record of red dots and green dots that I use to describe daily tasks of trading. That can be applied very effectively to other things that you want to commit to on a regular basis. So I think I'd
Yeah,
recommend you just decide, hey, what is some manageable rhythm for the running and the yoga? I would just start with those two,
yeah,
and give yourself a green dot on the days that you do them, and a red dot on days that you don't, and have that in some visible place as a cue to just to do the things that you really want to do, and start rebuilding
yeah,
the discipline that way. I find that having
yeah,
the visual reminder just makes it easier to do it than to not do it. So that would
yeah,
be my. Because I will tell you, from my advanced age, you're getting to an age where it gets easier and easier to let some of those physical things drop off. Things that used to be easy and no brainers, it starts getting harder
yeah,
and harder, and the
yeah,
recovery, the time it takes to restart is longer and longer. So I would
yeah,
I would urge you to stay on top of that, now. Cause it's,
Yeah, I've noticed
now
that. It takes me twice as long to get half as far.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can tell you that that is true. If I miss a
yeah,
couple days on the soccer field, I'm already feeling it. But
yeah.
yeah, totally.
It's true.
Well, that's what I would say. Give that a thought. A couple things you want to commit to, and then set up that
Yeah,
simple daily tracker. And
yeah. I'd still like
don't
to
make
be
it so
part of
painful.
the community.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, great. That's good.
Help keep you honest.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm good with that. Hey, Patrick, over to you. I'm going to call up your sheet there. Can you see that? Okay.
Mm,
Hold on. Here we go.
not yet. But mine out.
Should be
uh,
coming up here. Just a minute. There we
okay, cool.
go. Okay, Haas, go ahead.
Um, yeah. One of I'm kind of with Rod there. But I think my stuff's over. I had my aunt pass away suddenly, which
Yeah.
was a problem, and then so helped the arrangements and stuff. And I was gone out of work for a little while. Didn't trade, but my cousin, who was her son, got married like 2 weeks later, which is kind of crazy. And so a bunch of family came back out. Nevertheless, I was kind of out of commission. Um, I've, my main objective is trade. I just want to take as many trades as possible as I can and just make as many pots. I'm convinced that that's just kind of the way to go. That's how I've found I operate the best. I like a few patterns. I'm going to keep them plain and simple so I know what to fix when things get screwy. Um, I have a list of 10 just really correlated, roughly, asset classes or
Yeah.
XLV, XLE, TLT, gold,
Yeah.
and the VIX pairs. I'm open to adding anything else in there.
I think that sounds like there's enough. As long as you have enough things that something is close to
Yeah, I
getting
kind of
ready
want
to
to get
move.
away from seeing the same trade on 9 charts, like
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind
All
of
that does
been
is
my
that just adds to the complexity of execution. Gives you the illusion
yeah, right.
of diversification, but it's really not.
I mean, I have XLV in there because it's been a relative strength leader, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm willing to swap that out in a month and say, okay, something else is, or stuff like that. But
Yeah.
work on my.
I would put XLF on there too, because quite often
Oh yeah, that's in there. XLF.
I was going to say the financials have a tendency to swing trade pretty well. They oscillate from horrible to fantastic, almost the same way that commodity-based things do. The swings tend to be
Yeah,
longer
it's funny
and
because
smoother.
like TVC is a piece of crap.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade that intraday. I'd position trade it, I suppose, but um, it just seems to go like it goes real thin, and I'm not a big fan of super
Yeah.
thin, which is nice because the VIX pairs are so deep. But whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I've been feeling good trading. I mean, I kind of had a revelation probably a week and a half ago, right? I said I hit the F it button and went balls deep on it and said I'm just going to take these trades. The worst thing's probably going to happen is I make no money, but at least I'll have a huge sample size of things I can tweak. And so that's kind of been my mind, is just operate and then reassess at the end of the day.
Yeah, just plow through it.
Exactly. Hold my breath. It's kind of weird because it feels weird, like I can almost feel like I'm creating new neurological pathways, but
That's
that's
really
fine.
what's happening. The correlation to that for me was that I've been trying this thing with the shamanic drumming. In fact, I just finished a session before. That's why I was late, because I was going to drum for 20 minutes before the session. It ended up being 45 minutes, and I didn't realize it until I looked at the clock. Completely lost my sense of time. So all I do on that, I put the headphones on, and the thing beats at 240 beats per minute. So it's like every quarter of a second there's a beat. 4 beats of second. And it has, it's a binaural beat, so it's playing a tone in one ear and a slightly different tone in the other that leads to like a theta state of deep meditation. And then it has a carrier wave at about 136 hertz, which has a very calming effect. So I just try to play. I try to play the drum without worrying about it. Just let my hands find the next beat and just explore all over the place, and then just not worry about any individual beat. What I notice is that it really relaxes me. When I record the drumming and listen to it later, I'm surprised at how many different patterns are just coming out and how natural it feels. And I don't worry about the sound of it at all. I'm not worried about doing it wrong. And I find that that same attitude about just trust your hands, because you know how to do it. Just go ahead and let it happen. It's carrying over into trading as well. It's a mind state that's generating, and it just lets you.
Right.
Don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. What's the worst that can happen? If you're attending to your position sizing, you already know what the worst thing is that can happen. So if the -1R is just, hey, I anteed up and I didn't get cards, so I pulled the hand, if that's all it is, then you're in a really good position to do a lot of trading without sweating any individual trade.
Right. Like
that's what you're.
they all look the same leaving the station. I mean, that really resonated with me.
Yeah, I mean, how true is that? I mean, that's what they all look
Very
like.
true.
If you think
You just
about
pull the
today,
trigger when it comes in view. That's it.
like I will say today, Gil's been talking about this, about, well, how should I be changing my rules now that we got all this volatility? And I keep trying to say to him, there's no change. The indicators are all adaptive to the change in volatility. It automatically draws the lines where they're supposed to be. So it always means the same thing. If you now take a look at the XIB trade today, it was in that very sideways quiet channel all morning, and then it broke out steeply to the north. That was a good trade. I got 2 positions in. Price crossed through the dragon at an extreme distance, so I take the exit when I'm supposed to, stop and reverse. It goes all the way back to the Bollinger Band mean, right where that first trade started. I mean, it's a perfect inverted V top. Looks like a teepee. And it was very easy to believe that, hey, the market is now going to charge north forever because the Fed is going to hold rates stable, and the market is going to be in a relief rally, so it's going to go up for the next month. Well, no. All it did was it turned around, went right back to where it started today, and erased all of the gains if you hadn't sold at the place you were supposed to. So I just take the trade, just follow the rules, and then when you get enough data samples, adjust if necessary. Sometimes it really is.
Yeah, right.
It's production.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of been, I don't know why it's all of a sudden resonating and becoming real, but
yeah.
I'm going for it. So,
well, there's a
like
natural tendency. There's a natural tendency to try to refine the signals and to overthink it, because we're always looking for extra patterns or that one more little edge. But sometimes, that can get in the way.
Yeah, like my ultimate objective, be a proficient, profitable, and consistent trader. If that's it and it's not sexy, that's fine by me. I don't really care. Objective 2 kind of relates to objective 1, which is daily protocol for trading. I'm kind of a disciplined type of guy in the sense I like routine. I wake up at 5, I go work out, I go to work, I look at charts. I want to have that's just kind of like SOP stuff. And
yeah, it's like if you were a French Canadian trader back in the Northwest Territory, every day you got to go out and check your traps. What walked into my trap so I can harvest my birds. You just got to go do that. You get traps every day. So if you take a look, I really recommend that if you take a look at that daily flow chart that I have for the daily process, plan, prepare, execute.
Oh yeah, I've made my own, and I love it.
Same thing. Draw one of those up, and every step in that process, when you do it, give yourself on your daily control sheet green dot. Hey, I did my 10 things today. I get 10 green dots. And just have that next to your coin, have that next to your monitor so it's easy to see, and then just see what the truth is,
Mm-hmm.
and then see what that does to improve in your process.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. I laugh when you say one red dot ruin the whole sea of green dots. That would piss me off.
Yeah, it's a forcing function, you know.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that desire for perfection. Put it to work for you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like what I think about it. Just get the damn thing written and start doing it, and then refine it as I find holes and
Yeah.
things that are superfluous.
Yeah, that lets the perfectionist in you say, hey, you see how bad your checklist was? Look at the improvements that I can make. Okay, awesome. Yeah, put that guy to work for you. He gets to be right by calling you a nitwit, but it helps you make progress.
And then I'm gonna turn it into my wife and my dad, the two
Yeah.
people I trade for at
Yeah.
this point. So.
Yeah.
And then create a swing system. I like the John Jr. system I made, which used the RLXD, which before it was called that, I guess. I just noticed, hey, wow, there's a high level of continuance when
Yeah.
RL10 crosses the dragon, but there's
Are
just
you
something about it. I don't.
Yeah.
Huh?
Are you looking at that on the daily or on the 2 hour for that?
I was doing a 90-minute, so I was doing like a breakout to new highs or new lows and just trying to catch the run.
Yeah.
But because I've kind of like when we talked about the position sizing in the sense of how much capital do you have in BMR, how much capital do you have in swing trading. It's like I took a loser on a position, but I made half of that loser back one day on one trade, day trading. I'm
Yeah.
thinking, why do I have these positions languishing and open to risk when
Yeah.
you know?
They're like crops that can't run away from the bed. They're just waiting to get cut down.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in the market just so I can say I'm in the market, but I really have no ultimate purpose other than to say that that's what I'm doing when I could be more, I don't know. Like I say, I like the concept of mechanical swing system using those same RLCO principles.
Yeah.
Because I kind of believe this, my thought is the genesis of every great swing trade is a daily setup that's turboed from an intraday margin of safety, and then it just takes off.
Yeah, and it never comes back to the longer term Bollinger Band mean, and eventually it just keeps going up far enough that now the slope of the river changes, and now this thing has turned the corner like Queen Mary, and it's just turned and started to go. That's the genesis of that swing trading one day at a time, and just going back and forth between forward turbo with a handful of things that are working. And it really doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Having the swing trade sort of keeps you tuned into that time frame and the trends that are happening outside of the daily, the intraday stuff. Because sometimes you can get tunnel vision and miss some easy relative strength winners. So I like the swing trade. I like the swing trade for the information content. Then I would tell you that whenever you see the S&P or XIV pair in that 10-day overbought or oversold, that's really the time to pay attention to the rest of the candidates in your list because the market's getting ready to make a turn. And then you should see some swing follow-throughs. So I would continue to refine that, keep it simple. I don't have a problem with the 90 minutes. Bob Rourke and I were looking at it from, we just happened to be looking at 2 hours rather than 90 minutes, but we really like the 2-hour chart because it tends, the 2-hour candles tend to be big enough that now suddenly the intraday gap or the overnight gap starts to diminish in importance. It's almost harder to see those.
Yeah. So you guys looked at the John Jr. system?
Yeah, it's similar to that. Yeah, about the basically using the RLCO turning points. like a Z2 trade or a Z3 trade.
Yeah, I mean, those are the things that are more my personality. I don't know. The John Jr. thing was just like make a swing system, and that's what I liked. But
Yeah.
that needs to be refined. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else there is to do, which probably needs to be written down.
So do you have that hung somewhere? Can you hang that in the coaching room so I can take a look
The
at
what?
the John Jr. system?
Yeah, I'll hang it up again.
Yeah, I'll take another look at it.
It's John Downing's system, but I made it for a lower time frame.
Oh yeah. Oh, Gowing, yeah. I'm with you.
Downing, yeah. Like I know a guy named John Downing, so that's kind of confusing. But that's me in a nutshell.
Okay. What about the month ahead? That's right. Oh, there. I see it. Yeah.
Keep trading and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
hopefully in a month I'll have
I think this
a
month,
lot of trades.
This month will get you back to normal. The ones you're posting in the room look to me like you're starting to feel professional about them. I mean, you and Clark both, I think, are starting to find your rhythm on particular patterns, just letting it be what it is. So,
Yeah, right. Not getting my own way. I mean, I take about 10 trades a day, so I figure in a month I'll have quite a few.
yeah. That's, to me, the advantage of the day trading is that you quickly find out the larger patterns, based on the data set. You get to find out sooner if that thing is real fast. You don't have to wait around so long. Okay, man. I got it. What else? You got anything else?
Cool. No.
I think we're in good shape there. Rod, any alibis? You good to go?
No, that's it. It's good hearing from you guys. It's great hearing traders speak.
Yeah, it's this stuff is hard.
It's inspiring.
It's hard enough to do this when you're by yourself. Knowing that there's other guys out there trying to row well, it's a comfort.
Yeah, helps a lot.
Yeah, this shit's hard work. I mean, it's not easy.
No.
All right, man. Take good care.
All right, guys.
That gets you
in
here, and good to hear from you. I'll get this hung in the on YouTube, and I will post that link on tortoisecapital.net on the coaching page, and it should be ready in a couple hours. Okay.
Great. Nice talking to you all.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks for your time.
All right, guys. Oh, hey, Patrick. Yeah. What are you doing Saturday? Yeah. What are you doing Saturday? There's
actually nothing.
There over at Johnson County Community College at 1 o'clock. There is at 2 o'clock. There is a professional futsal team in Kansas City. It's going to have their home opener. I'm a good friend of the
It's a professional what?
Futsal. It's an indoor Brazilian 4v4 soccer.
Okay, yeah.
So they're going to have a demonstration with kids playing futsal at 1 o'clock. The professional team, they're playing a team from Utah. They play at 2 o'clock. That's their home opener. There's a new professional futsal league that was just started this year. That's in Mexico, United States, and Canada. And Kansas City has one of the teams. And the guy that is the head coach or the player coach is helps me coach my team. I bring him up here and he does technical sessions for me. His brother is a world champion BJJ practitioner who's rolled in Abu Dhabi. He teaches here. He teaches here in Kansas City too, and they're from Brazil. He's played for the men's national team, the U.S. men's national team. Just a great guy, and so we're going to try to take a bunch of guys from kids from the club down there, inspire them, and see what his ethics. So I got like 30 tickets that try to give them away. But if you're
cool.
check with your spouse unit there, and you and the kids want to come out and see, I can get you some tickets.
Yeah, we have 3 kids, 3.5 and under. Do you think that's cool if they come?
I shouldn't hurt it. I don't know. I don't know if they would get much out of it. Well, just sort of. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, it's like going to figure. It's going to be like a high school basketball game.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay.
Only it'd be soccer instead of basketball. in professional.
How old are the kids for the at 1 o'clock?
I think they're going to be like 13 or 14.
Okay. Do you know much about Toka or Taka soccer around here? That TOCO.
Is that a club?
Yeah, it's a club for like little kids.
No, but I'll look into it. Let me do some research.
I'll send you a link.
Okay.
It's because I think my kid's gonna do that next quarter or something.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do it wrong. The guys who do a pretty good job on that are KC Legends. They have a football program called Happy Feet. The other one is FC Puma Football Club. They have an outstanding youth program. I know the technical director pretty well. They're great. So yeah, send me the link and I'll check it out.
All right, cool.
That'd be good for
Thanks.
the kids.
I'll let you know about Saturday. I'll look it up.
Okay.
All right.
See you, brother. Take care, guys.
Bye.